Hey, what's going on, guys? Jonathan Santa Cruz here, and this is Millennial Talk Podcast. And today I am going to be talking to you guys a little bit about dial up internet and Napster. I don't know if some of you guys remember that, what your experiences with that was, but today I'll be talking about my experiences. Um, I honestly don't know what kind of millennial I am. I guess I would be considered like a mid, not late millennial. I was born in '89. Man, I was born like the last 6 days of '89, December 25th. So I was I I pretty much associate myself more with like a '90s kid, right? I think that's fair. But yeah, so just a little bit about myself. I grew up in Southern California. I was born in LA, the Valley, 818. Moved to San Diego when I was about 10 years old, specifically down south by Tijuana, Mexico, which is the city was called Chula Vista. I mean, it is called Chula Vista. I reside right now in Aurora, Colorado, which is right next to Denver, Colorado. So for all you sports fanatics out there, we got the Broncos, the Avalanche, and those kinds of teams. So yeah, what was it like to grow up in the late '90s, early 2000s? Uh, let's start off with dial-up internet. So I think with dial-up internet, it was like one of those like really really slow, um, just things where I was like I don't even remember like using it too often. I was about I want to say 10, maybe 11, so I wouldn't really get on the internet, especially because it took forever, and then it would hold up, like it would it would like tie up the phone line. So if my mom wanted to talk on the phone or whatever the case, like and I couldn't get on the internet, and my mom would like to talk on the phone all the time. So I think that's the main reason why I was never on. But I don't know if you guys remember this right here. Man, that sound, so crazy. And that the in the background or on the screen you would see something like this, right? Just connecting to the globe, which represented the internet. I remember it was super slow that I was like just loading a page. I remember going on to like I would try to Google. Well, I mean, actually at that time I didn't even have Google. I think I had to go through like Yahoo. So like this little search engine, and then I would just like right there, like write like tech decks. I was really into tech decks back then. We would play those things in class and stuff, and so I think the main reason why I would go on the internet was like to research. Like if I had I think I remember having a report due on Kentucky. Like we had to do reports on states and like the history and stuff like that. And I'm over here thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do really well in this report. And I would go on the internet, but I think I got so frustrated because it was so slow that I went to the library and I ended up checking out an encyclopedia. Yeah, I remember encyclopedias. This is like I'm ancient. Uh, I mean, I'm sure if you guys are on this podcast, like you guys are pretty ancient too, right? We're at that age. We're at that age. We're almost at 40. Maybe some of you guys are at 40. I'm not sure. Um, so yeah, it was tough. It was a tough time. We had to do a little extra work. Um, so yeah, I mean, let's see. I remember having to I remember instead of Google, if it wasn't for Yahoo, the old school Yahoo, it was Ask Jeeves. I don't know if you guys remember Ask Jeeves. This is like the throwback right here. So it'd be like you'd ask your little question right here, like what is a like this one right here. But I remember it was just blank. So to me, I was like, well, what can I ask? Like I remember just like not even really registering like how powerful the internet really was, right? And at that time, I mean, I'm sure it had a lot of uploads and stuff, and people posting things on the internet. But I think I was just too young to actually know how to do it, and I was like, I mean, we were the first generation to grow up on, uh, computers, or not really. Like it was so new to us still, like it was just this new thing, and it wasn't as popular for us kids. I mean, I was like 11, so it was crazy. Um, so yeah, I mean that was it for like dial-up for me and my experiences. Maybe leave in the comments for and let me know like what was your experiences like, and how did it impact your life? Because I know some of you guys were a little older than and around that time, maybe like 2000, 2001. um so yeah, man, let me know how it is. So a little bit about, oh man, so I'm gonna, like, I really wanted to talk about the next thing. Like the main reason why I was on the internet was once I got a little older. I think I was like 12, maybe 13. And I know you guys remember Napster right here, dude. Like, yeah, see, 1999 to 2002, burning CDs, getting that. I remember trying to download like this Nelly song, Country Grammar, and or whatever song, honestly, and you'd get like this message saying, um, it was like this Bill Clinton message, or like a voice recording of him saying like, I did not have sexual relations with that woman or something like that. And I think it was just a sound clip from his interview, or his address to the public about when he had sexual relations with Monica Lewinsky. And so I don't know, it was kind of weird. But yeah, let's take a look right here. Let's see if we can expand this a little bit. Yeah, sheesh, that throws me back right there. The whole progress right here. Look at that, kilobit per second. That's crazy. Now it's like those kilobits per second is like instant. It's like so quick. Damn, that's crazy. Look at all this. It's such a throwback. Um, and I remember like having to go through Napster to like burn these CDs, and then they shut it down all of a sudden, right? It was crazy. And out of Napster came LimeWire, and I remember this one too: BearShare, FrostWire, and eventually those ones got taken down as well. It kind of sucked, but what? That's how it was back then. I mean, the music industry was like super tight with their money. They were like, they didn't like Napster at all, so they put an end to that. They canceled that real quick. So I mean, yeah, I mean, with my experiences a little bit, like I remember recording or burning CDs, which is burning a CD is like downloading the music from LimeWire or whatever, Napster, and then I think the most you sometimes you could only fit like maybe 10, maybe 12 songs at a time on a CD. So we would have like these big old binders, right? Maybe sometimes two big old binders like this thick, and it was just like full of CDs. And a lot of people you just had burn CDs, because I mean, shoot, CDs were kind of expensive back then. And yeah, that was our iPod back in the day. Like we had to carry those big things around in the car and stuff like that. Shoot. And yeah, shoot. I mean, that's how it was. That's just how it was. Like, it's just crazy how like technology is just it's advanced so much. Like now, I'm like, I search something and it's quick. Like 5 seconds, maybe less. Like if you go on Google's obviously like the biggest one right now. And shoot, we came a long way. We've come a long way. Uh, and it's just crazy. Like, I mean, I think like with Napster and Frostwire, Bearshare, like those are all like really good. Like, I didn't even remember those until I started researching for this podcast, and I was like, oh shoot, like that it just threw me back. It was crazy. I was like, it just unlocks like this core memories, and then it gives it gives you like a whole bunch of nostalgia, and just like it's like you're reliving your childhood at some point, like that's kind of the feeling I get. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but yeah, I feel that way, you know what I mean? So sometimes I wish I could go back and yeah, I mean, you see all these kids nowadays, like they're always on their phone. Like I know my son, he's had an iPad since he was 2 years old, and it's just crazy. Like he's 13 now. He just turned 13 this month, and he knows how to make videos, how to edit them. Like, man, at 13, I was like just trying to get through middle school, and like had girlfriends. I would still be on my bike, go to the mall, be a mall rat, like just be out and about. Like that was my life growing up. Uh, but yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, I mean that kind of wraps it up for this week's podcast. I just wanted to give you guys like a little memory, a little talk about you know uh, dial-up internet and Napster, and how like what like it just how I remember it. I want to hear from you guys too. Like I want to see what kind of comments you guys put on this YouTube channel, and see, like, let me know what you guys like, your guys' experiences with it, and what you guys remember. And so yeah, I think the next podcast, I think the next one I'll be with my homie Shane, and we'll be discussing like our childhood, or like what life was without our smartphone. So yeah, I think like those razors, right? Like in the little, what was it called? The T-Mobile like sliders. And then you had like the Fave 5, where you can call them whenever or Fave 3 or something like that, like where you could call them at any time for however long you wanted and stuff like that. Man, it was crazy back then. Like, shoot, I lost sleep over trying to call people and text people. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to make this podcast because I know we're getting older as a generation, and it's tough. Yeah, I know economy's tough. Like everything going on in the world right now, and just wanted to start this podcast, and um, maybe start a little community. Like with our other fellow millennials. But yeah, let me know. So this is this is me, Jonathan Santa Cruz, one more time. uh, I'll be getting better. Don't worry, guys. It's my first run, and so just wanted to make this to get better. And actually, I wanted to improve my communication skills as well. So let me know how I did, and whatever. If it's bad, if it's good, whatever, it's all good. Just want to know the feedback. And let me know for any new ideas or whatever you guys want to talk about as well, or want me to talk about. All right, guys. Have a good one. Until next time.